Oh, thanks for that, Rich.
Hang on, let me help you there, mate. See, you don't have to lift a finger.
Brilliant. Santa Fe. Do you know what? The thing about the Santa Fe is, I think all eras have had it, is the logo has the little sunshine.
It does, doesn't it?
The little happy sun. It's here on the... Look, it's there on the sill.
Oh,
Do you know what it reminds me of? Reminds me of a pension plan company.
I was going to say a care home. The Hyundai care home.
It reminds me of the... It's sort of cabaret. Santa Fe.
Santa Fe,
Yeah, yeah.
Santa Fe, coming
Fe.
to you, but on a cruise ship.
Oh, yeah, it will be this Welcome to the Santa Fe show. Go that way. Follow that
Which
other
way?
Hyundai.
We got ourselves a Hyundai convoy.
Do you say Hyundai?
Well,
Because they do.
yeah, they do, don't they? But I can't bring myself to do it. It's like when you're in America, they say it about 6 different ways, almost just to catch you out. What are you driving? Oh, I've got a Hyundai. What?
Hyundai. Is
Hyundai.
So is that H-U-N-D-A-I?
Well, sometimes it's just H-U-N-D-A-Y,
D-A-Y.
I suppose. Yeah.
Hyundai.
I'll tell you why I have this car.
I was going to ask.
It was pure curiosity. I have noticed these in the hood. It's not brand new. Where do you want to go here? Straight on?
I think you should go to Langtoft. Go straight on, yeah.
I've noticed these around my hood recently. There's a couple I see doing school run duties. And I'd sort of forgotten this car. I think it came out last year.
Yeah.
And I'd forgotten about it. You know,
Yeah.
when I was in my 20s, and certainly when I was a teenager, nothing got past me car-wise. I knew everything that had come out. Because I was poring over the mags, and then latterly sort of started reading websites and things. Knew everything that had come out.
But then life changes.
Yeah, life changes, you know, and you sort of got rid of other responsibilities like children and things that you can't give your full attention to.
All the
The
derivatives.
turmoil of the car market, and occasionally I'll see a car and go, "What the bloody hell is that?" Oh, I've just remembered that. Yes,
Yeah.
I think I saw it on the Auto Express website a while ago.
Yeah.
And this was one of these sort of things where I'd forgotten they'd done that. But as I started seeing them around, quite a handsome beast, quite a striking car.
There's a lot of them around our way.
Are there?
Yeah, and do you know what I think is, when you talk about your cliche middle class large family car, people will always default to Volvo XC90,
Yep.
maybe 60 now that the 60 is so massive. And
60 doesn't have 7 seats there, does it?
can you option it?
I don't think you can, maybe. So, yeah, but yes, I know what you mean. So it's
Land
like,
Rover Discovery,
Disco Sport.
Disco Sport with a 7-seater option, which is this car's arch rival, I think. And then, but here's the thing: people would, if you were to turn up with a 7-seat kind of Vauxhall, people
like a Zafira like that.
a Zafira like that, people would turn their nose up. Oh, there's another Santa Fe. There you go.
Is that? That's
There's a more of a beaky one, 2012, 2011.
Yeah.
But what's weird is I've noticed some quite well-heeled families around the area.
Yeah.
and they are rocking with conviction. Not sometimes not just one, but 2 Santa Fe's.
So this is, I suppose, that's a good point, isn't it? There's
no shame in it. There's no shame in
Hyundais and Kias. Because the Kia Sportage has become, I think, one of those sort of. Where are we going?
Go left.
One of those sort of default. We just need something for school run and popping to
That's it.
the supermarket that's not shit.
Yeah.
And actually, weirdly, having a Hyundai or a Kia these days sort of means that you're being a bit savvy, because you've heard they're good.
You've heard they're good.
You know someone who's got one. They've said it's good.
Yeah.
They seem like good value, which makes you smart. They seem well made, so you can keep it for a while.
Yes.
Everything about them is fine.
They've won awards.
They've won awards. They're somehow, bizarrely, a notch more upmarket than a Ford or a Vauxhall.
Yeah, I think they have become like that.
Not quite a VW, because in this country we sort of feel like VW is a bit posher than the Ford or Vauxhall, which I don't think they kind of think that in other countries necessarily, like in Germany. But yeah, Hyundai and Kia, it just means you sort of, it's almost, they're a bit anti-cars, aren't they? Because it means, apart from that, it also means you're not too interested in cars. You didn't go and buy something flashy.
No.
You didn't go and buy something that's, you know, like a Ford Cougar. Why'd you buy it? Because of the handling. The what?
It's like a grapevine car,
Don't
almost.
spoil the dinner party by talking about handling, you weirdo. We're not car people here. And so they're sort of, you know, you didn't want to stretch the full.
Let's go right coming up here. Just, yeah, go right.
By those lights.
Yeah, this White House, go right. But what's interesting is, this and Kia are the car versions of Aldi and Lidl.
Oh, where
because
actually,
back in the day when my brother used to go there, and they were really frowned upon. They were like, oh, you'd only go there if you were poor. My brother always went, well, I don't consider myself to be poor, and the stuff's good. You know, it's good stuff.
Now it's like a middle class badge of honour, isn't it?
And I think that's what
savvy people.
That's what the Fe is becoming.
Yes.
And the Sorrento and the.
Yes.
What's the other one? I forgot. The new sort of blend.
Sportage, and this is the Sorrento, the sister of this is the Sorrento, so the big Kia.
So the big Kia is the Sorrento. The lower Kia is the Sportage in terms of size.
Yeah.
The lower one of the Santa Fe is the.
Is it still the iX35 or is it something else now? They got back to names.
Yeah, because they don't sell this. Yeah, and then the people they don't do the people carriers anymore, do they? They do in other countries.
The Sedona.
The Sedona, and I drove. Is it a Carnival?
Oh God, no, that's a Kia, isn't it? That's
big
Kia.
I drove a big Kia,
which once upon a time used to have the Rover KV6 in it.
Yeah.
Amazingly bizarre thing that would happen, but yeah, that's exactly it. Though this is in the.
This is the Aldi
best
and Lidl.
Possible way. This is the Aldi and Lidl. Savvy, middle-class people who know a good deal. They're not penny pinching. They're just being smart with their money.
Yeah.
Unflashy, sensible.
Yeah. They're not necessarily car people.
No.
But the grapevine has been strong. They've gone 5-year warranty, or 7 if you went for the Kia version.
Yeah.
And they've gone element of the styling is perfectly acceptable, actually better than some of its peers.
Well, it's quite impressive, I thought. That's why I wanted to borrow this car, because I went, that looks like quite an impressive car. And I'll be honest, it doesn't. I sort of thought, it's almost got a sort of, is this going to be like some kind of secret cut price Range Rover? And actually, it's a sort of large diesel SUV. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. It's like every other diesel SUV. It's just. If you want one of these, and
someone
wants one, I would heartily recommend they get one. It's probably nicer than a lot of other ones. It's just
also kids dig the third row of seats. It's still an adventure.
Oh,
they still have an adventure
because they just like to sit. Yeah, it's true.
Because it just feels different.
We had something with the third row seats, and my boy really wanted to just sit back there because,
because. Do you know this sort of? Can you see this triangle stitch quilt?
Quilting.
It sort of reminds me of a lot of those aftermarket or reupholstered vans that we were just talking about. You know, like
it's
airport luxury carriers. And
it's somebody's messed with an old Defender.
Oh, there's a lot of that.
The first thing they do is
diamond quilt.
Right. Some horrible big wheels, a really khaki looking grille that's worse than the original.
Yeah,
and
the grille.
Quilting. Everything's quilted.
Everything. A-pillar. They love a quilted A-pillar.
Quilted ceiling. It's got quilted column stalks. It's quiltastic. Yeah, no, it's
quilt's one of those words where if you say it in succession more than 8 times, it sounds like a completely foreign word. Quilt.
No, I know what quilt means.
Quilt.
Well, I've got a few quilts. I say quilt. Oh, fuck
quilt.
What quilt means
Quilt.
now.
Quilt.
It's quilt.
Quilt.
What the hell is quilt?
Quilt.
Is that like
quilt?
Quilt.
It does. It sounds foreign to me now.
Like Salisbury and Quiltshire?
Oh, it's Quiltshire, yeah.
Quiltshire.
Quiltshire's brilliant.
If you actually look at satellite photos of the countryside around Salisbury, it is very crisscross patterned because of all the the quilting.
Is it lots? So the Humpback Bridge, instant left-hand turn.
Yeah, I've been around here before.
When you're really on it.
It's a good test of suspension control.
And also, understeeringness.
Do you know what I love about all Hyundai and Kia products at the moment?
Very
They always
buttony.
have very buttony, big ass heated seat button.
They do.
And that, look, we've got heated steering wheel
That's
here.
a big heated steering wheel button.
I know,
as well.
but the thing is, it was cold this morning. I got into it, boom, boom,
Bang, bang, bang,
and
done.
immediately that's it. You
And then
heat on
heat,
the way.
done. Windscreen clear, done.
There's no the touch screen is for other stuff. Buttons. I've got buttons.
I quite like it. It's not it's ergonomic, but it's not pretty. I think that's probably.
No, but it's very functional.
Yeah.
It's very functional. It's like, oh, I need to give someone a van driver's thank you. Boom! I've got my hazard button there. It's
Is that
all...
what you call it?
Yeah. What would you call it?
I've never had a name for it. Look at all this stuff. Look, USB, then a USB,
up the yin yang.
then an aux, then a fag lighter, then back here I've got a 3-pin, and I've got another USB, and then in here what have we got? Massive bin, lift out thing, drinking trough.
Yeah. Slurp the beans from it. There's nothing that you go, oh, why have they put that there?
Yeah.
Everything's in the right place, and that's an underrated thing. Even Mercs, I always thought Merc used to be the kings of everything in its right place, ergonomic sensibleness.
Yeah.
And modern Mercs have got some really bonky, stupid design bits in them.
Well, the centre console, which is so fussy, with the finger pad.
Yeah,
And the strange thing.
They used to have start button, electric handbrake. Everything was all in a row, and the gear selector there. And then they've moved it all around now, so you kind of, to start and set off in a modern Mercedes, you kind of go like fucking Jean-Michel Jarre. And this is a piece of cake. Oh, it's quite old school, this gear thingy, but I don't mind that. Start it, put it in gear, fuck off. It's brilliant. Can I get past this guy?
Okay, here's what I know about the Santa Fe that I find minorly interesting.
Yeah.
Still a 6-speed auto. So in a world of 8 speeds, 7
It's
speeds,
not.
isn't it?
No, I will demonstrate this to you because I found this in the motorway. I need to do a bit of an overtake. Look, I'm going to change down. I'm in 6th now, so 5th.
Oh, hang on.
Log it, what's been 4th? It's sensed I want to go. 5th, 6th, 7th.
Oh, hang on.
And into.
Oh, it's. Oh, so I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I really thought it was still a 6.
No, I bet the old one was, but this is.
It was 6 for ages.
Yeah. No, this is on the money, my friend. And it's a bit noisy, but I got into it out of our electric Jag, so I mean everything's a bit noisy after getting into it.
It is.
But yeah, it is a bit rattly on startup. 2.2 diesel, 4-cylinder, 200 horsepower thereabouts.
Yeah. £325 fee.
Is it?
Of tug.
I didn't read that bit.
Yeah.
Good.
Bit of. I mean, what's the suspension like on this Fen road? Because it's
coping.
It feels really comfortable.
Yeah. This is again. Put it in the column mark. This is all fine. This is deceptively decent. There's nothing that jars. It's just all fine.
Can you buy this? I know the previous gen you could buy as a manual or an
you
auto.
can. Weirdly, you can buy it as a manual.
And I found out from the Caravan Club.
Yes.
Hence why I wore this T-shirt today. Is because it's a very, very popular caravan car.
Oh god, yeah.
But mostly with the manual box, because the auto weighs over a ton, 2 tons. So it pushes the curb weight over 2 tons, and you can tug. You can't tug more than 50, or the old one, it certainly couldn't tug more than 1,500 kilos. But yet with the hang on, was it? Hang on. I've written it down because it was confusing my mind. Right, the automatic would only tow 2 tons.
Yeah.
But the Manuel would tow 2.5.
Oh.
So it's a big difference if you went for the Manuel. And the Manuel.
Actually shredding the clutch while you do it.
You've got to factor in a clutch change every 3 years rather than every 13 years.
These roads are bastardy, aren't they? Because they're really lumpy.
But
they suddenly change direction.
Yeah.
Cameras all over the frigging shop.
This is like the sea.
It's
like the sea.
This is just sort of
You're going to have to slow down also, because these are the perfect houses where you find very, very weird shit. The Fens is always a good place for front yard nose. There's another Kia. I know. There's Kias and Hyundais everywhere. They're taking over the world with their big
Well,
big elongated warranties and
they
good looks.
expressly just went, at some point in the 90s, they went, "Do you know what, guys?
Well, stop there. They're laying pipe.
Should we stop making dog shit cars? Should we start making like quite good cars that people would actually want? And then should we just, kind of smash Toyota eventually?" And everyone went, "So it's agreed.
Yeah,
That's what we'll do."
and they started
here they
poaching
are.
some. Yeah, I have to say though, they're still quite young. Both of them are still quite young to us Europeans.
Yeah.
Are there any Hyundais you would class as, let's not say classic outright, but maybe like modern classic or retro? Is there a one that you'd keep your eye on and think, a few years down the line, is the first generation coupe? What was it just called the Hyundai Coupe, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I quite like the first gen coupe.
Yeah.
And they did a V6 one, which my accountant was very proud of his.
That was all right. Evo had one, and they fiddled with the suspension and made it quite good. I mean, it was all right to start with. I could never enjoy it because it had no headroom for me. It's not at all personal.
Oh, was it a bit of a... Even with the seat on...
It was a canter. You had to cant your head like that to drive. Yeah, it's a nightmare.
Actually, there's a car I'd like to test, the Mitsubishi Canter. It's a very small cab-forward pickup.
Cab forward.
Yeah, I'd like to go on a Canter. Wouldn't you? Just to say to people,
I'm going to be honest,
what are you driving these? What are you
I've never
driving?
even thought about
What are you driving these days, Richard? Tell you what I'm driving. I'm only driving a Canter, aren't I? You have to say it like that actor Tom Davis, where he exposes his teeth and comes close like this. I've only got a Canter, haven't I? I've only gone and got a Canter.
I've gone and got one.
Yeah, these roads, as you said before, people end up upside down on these roads.
Right, yeah,
especially in the cold months.
I bet. Oh yeah, get a frosty wind.
Get a frost on,
and
and there's no room for error because you've got dirty ditches.
You're off.
And the car will buck. But it's a really good test when you're trying to review a car to work out how good the damping is and the body control.
Well,
it's actually, I think this is really good.
It's surprisingly good.
And we're not even towing a unicorn's ringstone.
We're not towing an anal adventure. It's just
caravan.
Yeah, it's just dealing with stuff, getting on with stuff. It deals with stuff. It deals with the job of being a car. So
do you know what
people want?
The next time we drive one of these,
God,
can you slow down? Because you can't do this on fen roads. It'll have you. It's like the sea.
Yeah.
If you curse at the sea will have you. It will take you.
The sea's a bastard, isn't it? Never forget that.
Just stop trying to go hard on a Fenland road. Also, I don't know where we are, so...
Seriously, where the fuck are we? Well, anyway, yeah. There's one thing though. There's one thing that I think is unusual about this car, because generally it's just sort of the unusual thing about it is just how sort of secretly well designed it is. You don't realise until you go, actually, nothing's annoying me here. It's all fine. But there's something about it that is quite good. It's got this kind of tweed effect headlining, and I quite like that. And I've not seen that. It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, because headlinings are often forgotten even on luxury
they're
cars.
Really boring usually, but this is quite. I just looked at it and went, tweedy.
This isn't a cheap car anymore, though, is it?
It's 40 grand, which isn't cheap, but it's big, and it's. I mean, what would that get you? That wouldn't get you much, and also it's got a lot of stuff on it, hasn't it?
It's got a lot of stuff.
That wouldn't get you very much Discovery Sport. It would get you quite a lot of cash, kind of, I suppose.
I think you could get a good discount on a Disco Sport these days. Yeah, but like you say, if you buy one of these, you're someone that wants to pull a white box around on a tow bar, and you're going to want that third row, that optional third row of seats, because that's why you're buying a car. There's this weight, there's this wheelbase. But
a neighbour of mine.
I wanted to dislike it more.
Yeah, I know. But you can't, can you? I mean, I don't. It's not like I'm going, oh God, getting home, scanning Auto Trader, going, God, I hope they lose me.
I'm telling you, it's the little effect. You'll scowl at the fact your wife comes home with Aldi beans, going, they're not going to taste any good.
Oh, they're fine.
And then you eat them and go, they're actually really good.
There we go.
And they cost 13 pence.
The Aldi beans of cars.